What's going on, my loves? It's been a while since I've done a video on toxic energies. I used to post them and then I started to archive them or take them off YouTube because I started to do this page for mostly my music and my modeling and things of that sort and that nature. Hi, Gail, Michael, and Mike. How's everybody doing? You guys are my #1 fans. I appreciate you guys. So thank you, by the way. I know you guys like to watch and like to listen. So you guys kind of know my situation from the past, and we don't like to dwell on the past. So this is why I'm creating this video in hopes that anyone else that has had past relationships, whether it be, married, boyfriend, girlfriend, family, friends, anyone, bosses, anybody who has been a toxic person or a negative influence in your life, because it's more than just one person. For me, it's a chunk of people in different little groups. I have people that are toxic that hate me, that are close to me, and people that hate me that used to be in my life that are no longer in my life. Various dynamics, different things. And so putting together this little video is going to be very freestyle like I normally do. I'm not scripted. I just go with, what I'm led to share and what have you. And I won't put specific names out there, but if they watch this, they'll know who they are. So certain people that have been in and around my energy, God, whom I call the Most High, the Creator, shows me people in my dreams. I see various, like I said, there's more than just one or two people. There's groups of people in close proximity and people I no longer speak to. So it's a combination of things. And so to talk about this is important because there's got to be more people out there that are also experiencing this and also need healing, right? Because there are certain triggers out there that these people will cause to come to the surface, almost like a volcano. That a volcano, you don't really know what's happening because on the surface, everything looks fine when it's not disturbed. But underground, there's a lot of stuff happening and things are boiling and preparing until the volcano at some point erupts. So this is how emotional trauma and toxicity develops. Sometimes you hold it in and hold it in until boom, one day you erupt, or some people never erupt like a volcano. And so I want to help bring healing, if you will, to any of you that have dealt with anyone. Like I said before in the beginning of the video, at any capacity. It could be work, bosses, supervisors, co-workers, loved ones, friends, or so-called friends, past loves, lovers, exes, husbands, wives, anyone, right? It is important that you heal yourself, because if you don't heal yourself, you will allow these people to continue to be rooted in your energy, in your emotional tree, right? We all have a physical body, we have an emotional body, and we also have our spiritual body. So there's more than that, but I won't dive into all the different elements that make us who we are. But there's a lot to us than just the physical outside, because obviously when we're no longer here, we transfer into spirit or soul or light, because people say we're light only, not protons, photons and all that. There's a lot of scientific terminology to what happens to a person from when they're in the body and they transition into the other life. They realize that their essence or their light actually leaves their body, but it remains as energy, and they don't truly understand it. So no one really understands or has 100% a grasp on what really happens when we transition from here into the next realm. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic. I want to stay focused on this, but I'm giving you guys a little bit of, information so you can get an idea and visual and understanding that there's more to us than just our physical body. And what happens is, from childhood, we start having things imprinted on us, things put on us, or we start accumulating from our surroundings, from our home, from things like that. And so we start to add these things, and in the future, as we become adults, certain things will trigger us as we are in relationships and we work and we are in real life. We experience characters and personalities that are different or similar to what we're used to. So a lot of us are drawn to characters and people that are similar to things that you've seen or have experienced from your youth, things that feel comfortable to us. That being said, it's important for us that when we deal with our healing process, that we go back to our childhood. We go back to the beginning and we try to see if we can connect some dots of when we allowed behavior that was not acceptable, or we've seen it and didn't know it was bad. So, sorry, there's people talking in the back. So, we've allowed these things to stay in our subconscious. And then sometimes they peek through with the people we choose to associate with. And sometimes we don't choose because they're bosses and they're people we have to deal with. Sometimes they're relatives. And you can't really escape them. So how do we look and analyze, and how do we figure what's the best measure and best approach moving forward? Because I've noticed in my situation that things that I allow continue to happen, and personalities and characters reappear and reappear and reappear. And I notice patterns, and I notice patterns in others, and I started to notice those patterns in myself as well. So we have to be conscious of that. We have to be realistic and look at ourselves in the mirror. Am I allowing certain characters and people to treat me a certain way? Am I comfortable with this that I don't notice it? Is it that I am codependent and this is what I know, this is familiar for me? We can't blame anyone when we're able to acknowledge it at adulthood. We have to look and say, okay, it's no longer so and so's